rheumatism, your eyesight go bad, your hair starts coming out. When you overfuck yourself, you bring arthritis on your skin. Every time you drop. I'm 95 years old.
You're 95 years old. You look good for 95.
That's because I don't run behind big and titties. That'll kill you. Y'all young men, y'all be screwing all these hoes out here. That's why y'all come up with arthritis or rheumatism. Your eyesight go bad, your hair starts coming out. When you overfuck yourself, you bring arthritis on your skin. Every time you drop that seed in her, your bone marrow and all that stuff from your head goes inside of her. I'm 95 years old.
You're 95 years old. You look good for 95.
That's because I don't run behind big and titties. That'll kill you. Y'all young men, y'all be screwing all these hoes out here. That's why y'all come up with arthritis or rheumatism. Your eyesight go bad, your hair starts coming out. When you overfuck yourself, you bring arthritis on your skin. Every time you drop that seed in her, your bone marrow and all that stuff from your head goes inside of her. And when you have intercourse with your girlfriend, who always fall asleep first? The man.
Yeah, I fall asleep.
And when you wake up, she done stole your wallet, stole your car keys. She going about her business.
Yeah, I gotta get that shit back.
Well, you better kill her then. You have to eat right. Stay away from McDonald's and Burger King. Don't drink sodas.
Richard King reveals that the core of the human brain is the locus coeruleus, which is a structure that is black because it contains large amounts of neuromelanin, which is essential for its operation. 2, black infants sit, crawl, and walk sooner than whites. 3, Carol Barnes notes that human mental processes are controlled by melanin, that same chemical which gives blacks their superior physical and mental abilities. 4, some scientists have revealed that most whites are unable to produce melanin because their pineal glands are often calcified or non-functioning. Pineal calcification rates with Africans are 5 to 15%, Asians 15 to 25%, and Europeans 60 to 80%. This is the chemical basis for the cultural differences between blacks and whites. And 5, melanin endows blacks with greater mental, physical, and spiritual abilities, something which cannot be measured based on Eurocentric standards. End quote. Let that sink in. Melanin endows black people with greater mental, physical, and spiritual abilities.
It's going to be a lot to comprehend, but listen, our reality is delayed. Literally, meaning to get to this point now, you had to do something you did before. If you go to the gym and start working out, you get those results later. Even with affirmations, you say them now and they happen in some point in the future. And that's one of the natural laws of nature. It's called the law of gestation. Meaning it takes time for things to come into existence. And that's physical evidence. Like if you start eating right or if you start eating wrong, you're going to get those results later. So I say that to say this. Start commanding your life. Start doing your affirmations. Start practicing self-love. Start saying, I am this that you want to be, and you are everything that you want to see yourself in the future, because you know this reality is delayed.
Once upon a time, Africa was the greatest mother of all continents. Animals in the jungle were in great connection with the people. Seasonal vegetables protected her people from seasonal diseases. Some women looked like this, others looked like this. Some men were masculine, others were feminine. Africa was the richest continent. Sahara Desert fertilized the Amazon forest. Herbs in Africa were powerful enough to heal broken bones. Patterns in African fabric passed secrets from one generation to another. African people were immune to tropical diseases. That is why they were taken into slavery. Al-Kebulan was almost milked dry by the colonizers. But with the age of Aquarius, she's rising back. She's back to save her people from shame. She's back to right all the wrongs. She's back to reconnect her people with nature. She's back to restore the equilibrium of the circle of life.
You don't say that Aquarius stuff. Aquarius is a time, and we're not going to go with the she stuff. Just the earth, the creator made is a living organism, and it is fighting back because the creator is making it fight back. That's basically what he just told you.
The reality is he's saying religion is not important. And what's real is that spirituality is what's missing from us. The Eye of Horus, okay, which is the origin of every religion.
The horse is the semi perineal gland. We gonna skip forward with that because you gotta be careful with spiritual. Spiritualism is realizing the creator is energy, the creator is the source, the creator is the force. Star Wars put in for a reason, and therefore you are connected to that source, that energy, that spirit. You're part of that body because we are all connected and a part of that one thing that we call the creator. And man turned into religion. I'm gonna skip forward because I don't want her to mess up and say any pagan stuff.
Just by getting up every day and going to work. I'm telling you. Okay, yes, you need money to sustain life. Okay.
I saw the Matrix. There's a war going on, the battlefield's in the mind. And the prize is the soul. So
I'm going to treat you like I would treat myself because you are me. There's only one real consciousness that exists, and we are just the consciousness separated into trillions and trillions of entities so that it can experience itself subjectively from different perspectives. It wants to see what it's like to be human. It wants to see what it's like to be a blade of grass or even a rock. We're on a data collection mission, sending information back to the source. So when I tell people that they are God, then people get offended by that, but they don't realize what I'm saying is you have the power of the creator, as above, so below. The power of creation is already inside of you, and we do it every single day. We are also co-creators in our reality as well.
What if I told you I had the cure to cancer in my hands right now? Would you believe me? But let me tell you something. Soursop is 10,000 times more effective than chemotherapy. Chemotherapy really isn't doing anything but treating you with radiation, and radiation causes cancer, so why would you get treated with radiation if you have cancer? Here's how it looks when it's open, and if you ever ate soursop before, you know this fruit is banging. Soursop helps anemia, also diabetes, and helps fight cancer like I said. It's gonna boost your immune system, help fight infections. It's great for skin health, respiratory health, gastrointestinal health, helps fight the inflammation in your body. Also improves your energy. So if you never had soursop before, you should definitely get your hands on some soursop. The medicine
side of your body, then that means you're missing hair where? And we're gonna prove that the hair is the way you scan your environment. So we gotta make sure that we pay attention to our hair. And that's why non-ether hair is important. That's why our hair grows towards the sun. That's where we get the Bantu locks from. We locking that energy in. That's why black people must have their hair. Our hair was very religious. Our hair was very spiritual and very, very ancient, y'all. It really was. Like, it was a whole ritual with our hair. We used to lay down and get our hair washed with juices and berries. Put a couple strawberries in there, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like hair is sacred because that's the only way you can decode and scan your environment. Because I'm showing y'all that the skin and the brain is the same thing, and through the hair of the skin and the brain, this is how you scan your environment, and you download all the information in your environment, and this have everything to do with why you sick. So my skin is a part of my brain. I need to make sure I ain't rubbing no lotion in there. You know, y'all, let me get the lotion. You gotta get, and look, the skin is so powerful, and it absorbs. Think about all the chemicals, the perfumes, the cologne, all of the moisturizer that you put in your skin is made with all these chemicals. You are literally, when you taint your skin, since your skin is made from the same cells of your brain, you're tainting what? Your brain. A lot of y'all be in school taking tests, wondering why you can't think straight because you got a whole thing of Vaseline on. Your brain can't breathe. You done clogged your whole brain up because you done put all the oil on your skin. I know that's funny, but that's some true stuff, though. Think about it. Your skin is the largest organism. The skin is the largest thing on your body. It's the largest organ on your body. Not only is it excretory, meaning it produces things like sweat and stuff like that, but it absorbs things as well. So we got to be very, very careful about what we put in our skin. And if your skin is messed up, something is wrong with what? Y'all know what this is called? Holistic healing. Proteins. Again, I do not like the name protein, so we're going to call it simple amino acid structures. Can y'all say that? Simple amino acid structures. Y'all can't understand that you're vegan and you're plant-based, but one question, where do you get your protein? Well, I be wondering. Hey, look, if nothing irritates me the most is that question, y'all. I'm telling y'all. That drive me up a wall. Because it's like, man, it's 2020 now. We should be already knowing that protein is not good for us. A neurotransmitter is impulses of electrical conductivity that shoots inside of your body that connects a certain part of your body with the other one. So say you need to walk. Guess what your brain gonna do? Your brain is gonna send messengers down to all the different cells inside of your leg because the body is made of cells, nerve, and lymph. All right, so the nerves is what communicates and commands the cells of the body. The lymphatic system is what cleanses the cells of the body. And the blood is what feeds the phytonutrients and oxygen to the cells of the body. So when you have melanin neurotransmitters, the melanin neurotransmitter, it runs throughout the body and it commands the body to do certain things. Like how I'm walking around, this is instant commands. It's telling my legs to move, so I'm moving. So it said that these melanin neurotransmitters are actually connected to the membrane receptors. So the skin or the hair scans the environment, then it gets the signal then tells the melanin neurotransmitter what to do with the body. So this shows you that the environment, how you receive your environment, is actually what act out your movement. Your environment is what's instructing you to do your movement. Your environment is what instructing you to think. How your environment is how it molds your thinking. So if your environment is the ghetto, the projects, cockroaches, I grew up around a lot of those. Used to bring them to school all the time. Ask my mama. We grew up around a lot of roaches. But you see what I'm saying? This have a psychological process on you that you growing up in a suburb somewhere. You got dropped off at school. You had to ride on the bus. All these different variations of your environment is what molds and shapes your personality. Your personality actually comes from your environment. Y'all get that? Just think about it. And this is how you know that culture shows and manifests through the body. If somebody walked in here right now with all red on, with their right pants leg pulled up, with a red rag hanging out their left pocket, they're a what? They're a gangbanger. Did they have to tell you that? No, because they express the environment through them, through their clothing. And that's why we have to change our clothes. It has to be more cultural. That way we can start speaking. I shouldn't have to open my mouth for you to know who I am. I bought me a beautiful garment too, an African garment. It just got messed up and all that, so I couldn't wear it. But I was gonna be fly on here today, y'all. I was gonna be real fly, straight up. So my step might not be, I was gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? So it might not be as cool today because I ain't got my African garment on. It's showing you that clothes is psychological. Have you ever put on a button down or a suit and you just felt like money? Showing you that everything about you is spiritual and psychological, because all that is matter is mind. Mind is what creates matter. The reason why you exist is because you, consciousness, you, mind, wanted to experience creation, so you created a body to do so. That's all we're doing. All right, let's keep going. Next slide. All right, now this shows you the hair follicle anatomy. And what I just wanted to show y'all is this right here. Y'all see the blood, the nerves, and y'all see that the nervous system is actually connected to the hair follicle. And then the hair comes out the epidermal layer of the skin and scan the environment. So I know this is going to hurt you, ladies. But what about y'all shaving? Shaving your legs, shaving your cooter mama, shaving everything, shaving your armpits. I even see some of y'all pick the hair out of y'all noses. Y'all ain't scanning nothing. Like, I'm just saying. If the Most High intended on y'all to shave all of y'all hair off y'all body parts, y'all would have been born with razor fingernails, and y'all can just do this. For real, I mean, like when you start looking at creation and you start looking into nature to teach you everything that you need, you was born with. You see that? Just like a hyena was born with canines to rip the meat off the bones. It was born with claws to rip the meat off, then the flesh off the bones. You weren't born with claws, you were born with fingernails. You was born with fingers to peel back fruits, to peel orange, to peel a banana. See that? You was born with regular teeth, but you can grind up your vegetables, but you can grind up your food. So based off your physiology, it shows you, and looking into nature, it shows you what you're supposed to be doing with your body parts. So according to body parts and being born with the ligaments and fingers and everything that we got, can you shave your hair off your body with just the things that you came into this earth with? So why in the hell are you shaving all the hair off your body when we finding out how important hair is? You got black men that actually think they don't even want to have the sexual engagements if you ain't shaved. I got a 4-year-old baby. I don't want that to look like my 4-year-old baby. See what I'm saying? So we ain't even being taught how to look at sexuality. We're even being taught how to look at somebody and be attractive to them. You see a woman with hair on her legs, she manly. She too masculine. Why? Because she's going through her natural evolutionary process. See what I'm saying? So we got to really start redefining what health is. And health is nature. Nature is life, truth, classroom. Next slide. All right, sensory receptors in the skin. See that? And the one I want to talk about today, because this is off another one, I want to talk about the Merkle disc. The Merkle disc is some of the most powerful sensors in your skin. And these are all receivers, or what we call sensory receptors. Notice all the ones you got. Y'all can write these down, but I want to focus on this one for the time of this lecture. So write that down. Merkel's disc. This stuff really exists. Your skin is straight scanning the environment, and it's downloading information from its environment, and you acting it out. And you acting it out through the Merkel's disc. Let me know once y'all got that down. We'll switch to the next slide. Let me get my water. Either one. It don't matter, son. I'm thirsty. Let me know once y'all done. Ain't that crazy, though? You straight like you are a walking television. I got that. Merkel's disc. I'm going to explain it in the next slide. I just need y'all to write it down. All right, so the Merkel's disc is actually a receptor that is in your skin, and the hair follicle sits on top of it. The hair scans the environment. It gets the impression, whether it's temperature or they call it a thermoreceptor, whether it's pressure from the environment, whether it's a fight or flight from the environment. It actually reads that code. It goes through an amino acid process, and then it tells the brain whether to grow in the environment or it tells the brain whether to actually protect itself. So it's only two options that the cell is going to do once the skin actually scanned the environment. It's either going to go through cellular reproduction or cellular growth or cellular protection. It cannot do them both. All right? Now, have you ever heard of fight or flight? That's what you call cellular protection. Can you grow while being in fight or flight? If you was running after a tiger or a lion or bear, is you worried about reproducing? Is you worried about how your clothes look? Is you worried about scoring an A on the test or not? Is you worried about growing? Is you worried about pituitary functioning? Hell no, you're trying to get away from the lion, the tiger, and bear. You in a state of fight or flight. So guess what your body's gonna do? It's gonna produce something called cortisol. Cortisol is produced